Hello friends, my name is RagePanda1 and this is my guide for the female White Eyes. Starting off here with her passive, for every normal attack you gain a layer of bestial blood and that stacks up to 20 layers. The ultimate summons a totem which restores all teammates' health by up to 90% of the caster's attack every second, and each layer of bestial blood increases the healing effect by an additional 5%, and the totem lasts for 3 seconds. That healing adds up quite fast, and it's a very good heal. And her active skill has 2 effects based on your health. When your health is over 50%, you cast a Fury Totem, which results in your team's attack power increasing by 80% for 5 seconds. And when your health is below 50%, you cast a Trembling Totem, which reduces the enemy's attack by 80% for the same 5 seconds. When we're talking about traits, I think there are 3 that are essential on this lady, and those are Energetic, Agile, and Brutal. Brutal for scaling, Agile for getting your ult back faster and stacking your passive, and Energetic because it's just fantastic. For the last slot, if you are not having an Aeson on your team, you're going to want to have Devout. It's just too good to pass up, although that can be covered by being on a different character. So I'm going to talk about the other options, which I think having either Focused to get your ult faster or Aggressive is better for your own throughput. And then if you're looking to buff your team even further, then of course we have Sanguine, Hulking, or Inspiring. So a lot of options on her, but only for that last slot. In terms of positioning, I like to keep her in the second slot. Her whole point is to be keeping your other people alive, and if your frontliners have perished already, you may as well have her take the hits to have your backline DPS survive. That's just my personal opinion. Although there are always exceptions to these positioning rules, don't just put them exactly where I said. Always experiment if you're having trouble winning. I feel like we're pretty lucky in terms of synergies with this lady, because she works extremely well with the male or female Lionstones. The male Lionstone is going to give her plenty of time to get those extra heals off, which is great for sustain. It's not as good for damage, but if you're building a sustain comp, a Battle of Attrition is fine for you. Another reason why the male Lionstone synergizes very well is because you can have your female Devala that 80% of the people playing the game are running. You can have her run in as a frontliner, and then when she drops aggro and drops it to your male Lionstone, he tends to have his big shield up, which helps him survive until the ult actually takes place. At least that's what's been happening for me, and it works out really well. However, if you go with the male Lionstone, you're going to notice that your games are running extra long. If you go with the female Lionstone, then it's going to be a female Lionstone, and she's just one of the best characters in the game, and it makes your heal hit like crazy because it increases your strength with her lovely little ult. She also works great with both of the orc tanks, although both of the orc tanks to me seem better as an off tank, and you don't want to have 2 tanks and also a healer because your DPS is just going to be too low. The male Aeson is another great character to put with her because he does a huge amount of damage. He's going to do a little spot shielding on people who really need it to get you through to getting your ultimate done. And of course, Devout is super good and increases your healing. And then finally, since you don't want to have 3 people not doing damage on your team, you're going to have a tank, of course. You're going to have your female White Eyes, of course. You need somebody else that's going to keep your tanks alive long enough that you can actually get the heals off. You can't just have one tank run in and tank the whole 5 people. It just doesn't work. My solution to that so far has been the female Devala. She actually, in this scenario where we're popping a big heal around the time where she's dropping aggro anyway, it seems to be working out okay. Usually she'll drop aggro and your tank just gets obliterated and then there's nothing you can do. But in this situation, it works a little better. If you don't have a female Devala, I think that the female Ugrel works fine. And I've gotten a lot of pushback about this because people who are at the maximum end level of the game say that the female Ugrel dies too fast, so she doesn't work for that, and her damage falls off pretty hard. I'm perfectly happy to believe them because I'm not at the end of the game. However, where I am at in the game right now, she works perfectly fine. So if you're at the end of the game, maybe don't try it. But if you're working with the best that you've got, which is what my channel is all about, then I think that it's a good solution for now. If you have any better solutions for needing to have 2 people taking damage and not having a female Devala to be one of them, please, in the comments below, Drop all your advice. We're all trying to help each other here, so we appreciate that. And if you appreciate a community that's more about trying to make everything work in the game instead of saying, you use Lionstone and 3 Burst Mages and LOL, that's the only way to play, then feel free to like and subscribe. If you don't want to hear creative ideas, this may not be the place for you. That doesn't mean that every idea I come up with is going to be the new best thing in the game. It just means it might be the best way to use specific characters. If you like running sustained comps, then I think female White Eyes is a perfectly usable character. She just does things a little bit differently than male Lume, and it is what it is, right? Sustained comps aren't currently the best in the game, but I think they're very fun, and if you think they're very fun, then you should level her up and have some fun. I want to thank you for watching the video. I have been RagePanda1, and I will see you in the next one.